Hey everybody, welcome to Coffee, Music, and Jesus. Thank you for joining for this video, and happy Valentine's Day to everybody, whether you're watching it now after the fact, or whatever day it might be for you. It's being recorded on Valentine's Day, so that's why I'm saying that here. Kind of got a Valentine's themed video for this year, as you can probably tell from the title. I took a day early for Valentine's Day. I took the wife out to see the movie Marry Me with Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson, and so I thought I would get on here and talk about that a little bit, give kind of a Christian review of it, so to speak. I honestly, actually, it was better than I thought it was going to be. Although I will admit, the recliners in the theaters did help with that. We went to a special theater that's a little bit further away from home because we knew they were going to have recliners, and it did. It did help the experience, not gonna lie. But so yeah, we obviously cannot watch we can't watch the whole movie together, but there's a clip I've got here that ties into a couple of the points that the things I was thinking about as I was watching it. Kind of about the idea of like love in general and being a Christian. I think I have some perspectives on things that other people that watch it might not, so I think it'll be helpful to discuss those. And then there are some Bible verses. Obviously, we'll have like a Bible talk afterwards, as we always do with these quote reaction videos. So let's get into that, and then we'll discuss.
You just saw each other and said yes?
Yes.
And that doesn't seem frivolous?
Historically, marriage was transactional. It was about expanding your empire. And it wasn't designed to be about love, and maybe that's where people kind of get...
He's not entirely wrong with that point, actually. I just saw this as I was watching that. I missed that the first time. That actually is biblical. You did marriage was a transactional thing. You would give cattle or whatever and kind of pay for the bride, so to speak.
Tripped up now.
This is your second marriage, right, Charlie?
You wouldn't want to fail again.
Well, you haven't lived unless you fail, Bill. You should know that from your time at CNBC. Listen, what we did was crazy. We know that. But it was just truly a leap of faith. The rules as they exist pretty much suck for women. I mean, why do we have to wait for men to propose? Why is everything on his terms? Now, I think it is time to shake things up. How about this? We pick the guy, we keep our name, and let him earn the right to stay.
That part right there is the part I was looking for. That was the line that stuck out on this movie the most here. Men earning the right to stay. I do think that there is some truth to that, as much as that statement was pretty much directed to women. I don't agree with everything there, like about the woman not changing the name and stuff. I do think there's some traditions and stuff there that should still be a factor today. But regardless, earning the right to stay, like, you don't just, it's, talk about that a little bit more, but like, love is a verb, it's an action, it is not just something that happens, basically. Like, you have to act, you have to earn that.
Pretty much suck for women. I mean, why do we have to wait for men? It was just truly a leap of faith.
And that leap of faith, I wanted to go back to play that as well. Leap of faith is, there's a certain amount of truth to that, I believe, as well.
Rules as they exist pretty much suck for women. I mean, why do we have to wait for men to propose? About this? We pick the guy, we keep our name, and let him earn the right to stay.
All right, let's do it again from the top.
One thing I do want to say about this movie as well, by the way, it's not, obviously it's not a Christian-themed movie, and there are some There is some language in it that won't be in this trailer here at all, and by the way, there might be some minor spoilers if you have not seen the movie. And there are some scantily clad, we'll say, like in some of like the music scenes and stuff. It's so I mean it is a PG-13. So just keep that in mind. Just a bit of a warning on that, and not really going to be anything in this scene here, but for the movie in general is something to just keep in mind as a little bit of a forewarning on that.
The Marry Me concert tour is something you will not want to miss. In 36 hours, superstar Kat Valdez and Grammy-winning Bastion will perform their new song, Marry Me, and exchange vows in front of a streaming audience of 20 million people.
See you tomorrow.
Or so you think. Yeah. Main plot of the movie here actually is, you'll see in a second here, I believe, that it'll show he ends up cheating on her, and she leaves him, and well, then you'll see what happens here in a minute.
I'll be the one in the veil.
Charlie, this is once in a lifetime.
I've got my daughter tonight.
Good. I've got 3 tickets for tonight. Bring her.
Dad, you haven't had any fun since Mom left. Just say yes.
What am I doing here?
Okay, let's go. We only have 5 minutes.
What's everybody looking at?
Nothing. Give me your phone.
Kat Valdez's husband-to-be, Bastion, caught cheating with her assistant.
Hold this. I'm told that 20 million people are supposed to watch as we take our vows. They say if you want something different, you have to do something different.
If you want something different, you have to do something different. That is just applicable to life right there. As I've heard before, and it's pretty much like textbook true that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same result. Yep, so if you want something different to happen, you gotta kind of do something different. That was good advice right there.
Why not? Yes. I'll marry you. You.
Go! Go! Go!
Do you, some guy, take Kat to be your lawfully wedded wife?
Okay. That was crazy.
Kat Valdez left the guy from the concert, then also married her Uber driver.
It's an insane situation. I say we offer $5,000 and let it all blow over.
Or I could stay married to him.
Huh?
I started.
Yeah, so basically, she basically obviously picks Owen Wilson out of the audience and says, that she'll marry him, and they do get married right then and there. So, ends up being kind of a payback type thing, or like a publicity stunt, so to speak. And then the movie goes on, and you kind of see what happens with their relationship and stuff. But yeah, they do end up, falling for each other, and there's a little bit of there's stuff that happens in the middle there, but it ends up, they actually do. They get married, and while they stay married, they kind of learn, how they're compatible with each other and stuff. It's a good, it's a good story.
Something last night, and if I don't finish it, I'll look crazy. We gotta get out in front of this.
Hi. You. Oh.
It's 3 months. I don't even know her.
We both did this. So whether we like it or not, we're in this together. We have to embrace the spontaneity of the moment. I don't want to be the punchline.
What do I do?
Just stand and smile.
This is the most unbelievable thing that could ever happen in life.
Right now, 237,000 people are like, he looks like he's in math club.
I am in a math club.
I don't know, hanging with you guys today, I don't know, it made me feel kind of normal.
Come with me to the fall semi-formal.
Are you asking me to the school?
Yeah, so he's basically a nerd, and he's a nerd-like. So they're two people that are not really compatible, but then they end up, kind of like an opposite attract, a type thing. At one point, One thing I was thinking about, through the movie here, as much as the world and Hollywood especially like tends to glamorize love, and like the idea of like somebody being perfect or being like a soulmate, those are expectations that for two human beings is just way too high. Like there's a reason that like the divorce rates and stuff normally are as high as they are, which according to this movie it's actually gone up a little bit. I've heard for a long time that it was 50% divorce rate. I don't know how much stock we can put in those numbers, but I think they said it was like just less than 50 or something now, so I guess that's gone up a little bit. But anyway, like I said, I don't know how much stock we can take into that, and I don't really care, frankly, because I don't judge myself or try not to live by the world standards, and I don't want to be normal anyway. But there is something to, I think, the way that media projects love and how we treat other people and stuff. Like we are, like, by definition, like Romans 3:23 is says like we've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Like we're all imperfect people trying to make it work together. And the idea that going into like a marriage and thinking like somebody is perfect, I guess set yourself up to fail with that one. Like love is a verb, it's an action. You've got to like earn it. You've got to live it every day. How do we live that as Christians? Well, I mean, pretty much it's something that I have said repeatedly on this channel if you've been watching. It's like we need to live by the example we're given. We were literally shown, how to love through Jesus. In Mark 12, 30 and 31 tells us how important love is. And I'll actually pull that up on... for once, I'm actually going to use the Bible app here because that is a good resource that I use, personally, to like part of my devotional time and stuff. You can highlight apps and you can bookmark them and stuff as well. So I've got that verse highlighted. You can kind of see that there. Mark 12, 30 and 31. And so you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. And the second is this: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There's no greater commandment than these. No greater commandment. The word greater is in there. Like, it's pretty clear that this is what's important. We love God first, and then we love each other. Then we love our neighbor. Who's our neighbor is a whole different conversation, but love others, basically. Love God, and then God's at the center. Everything else kind of stems from that. There's a lot of, and it is honestly evident in a little bit of this movie as well, although I have seen movies in Hollywood where it is much worse. No movie is going to be perfect. Especially Hollywood movies that try to project love and stuff but lust and love are not the same thing. There is some, like I said, outfits and stuff that are not necessarily, it's just like no, nudity or anything like that, but they're a little bit showy, I guess is the word that we'll use. Lust and love are not the same thing, and that is something I think the world has a hard time with. They'll project like a lot of the the reality TV shows that like love, whatever, like Love Island, or trying to find love and stuff, like The Bachelor. Like it's not love. What is love according to like the Bible standards? 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8 kind of says, if we are living by the Bible's standards of love, and we can finish that in a minute if you guys want to finish that. But it is a good point to stop there because the scripture I wanted to talk about kind of tied into that part in the video. But 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8, which I will put these verses down in the description so you can grab those there. And I'll put the link for this video actually in there as well, so you can, if you wanted that, it'll be down there. But love is patient and kind. It does not envy or boast. It's not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It's not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. So basically, like, you're putting other people first. You know, like you're letting the little things go. You're not, nitpicking. You're not being judgmental. Although there is another video on this channel where we do talk about judging people and what that actually means for us as Christians, and I can put that down in the description actually as well. But because there is sometimes time for that in, if you do it in a special way. But, love it, like, you're patient, you're kind, like I said, you're not boasting, you're not arrogant or rude. It's all about the attitude, how you do it, what you show to the other person. And it is an everyday thing. Like, and love, and actually showing love is one of the fruit of the Spirit as well. So if we're living where we need to be, we're filled with the Spirit, we're living the way that God wants us to live through Christ, then we will end up just projecting it onto other people. So that is that's kind of some of the thoughts I had on that overall. I mean, I was actually a little bit impressed with, like, the themes and stuff in it. Like I said, it's not a perfect movie, but I mean, what movies in Hollywood are as far as like projecting? I mean, there's so-called Christian movies I've seen. There are some that have done a good job and are, I feel like they do project, good stuff. But there are some movies where, like, I've seen, heard about where, like, they're supposed to be Christian, but not necessarily. Like, we're all people, we're all imperfect people. We can't expect perfection from anyone other than one. But and I mean, some shows and stuff get that wrong too. But anyway, overall, I was pretty impressed with it. I thought I'd get on here and share that, with you guys here on this Valentine's Day. You'll kind of hopefully share, some positivity and maybe get you thinking. Any thoughts you've got on that, share it down in the comments. And let's get this started here, and then we'll wrap up the video, because I do want to let you guys see the end of this video.
Call me if you're lonely. Hello?
I'm lonely. Are you afraid she'll fall back in love with Bastion and dump you? I'd be afraid of that too.
We don't need to pretend. I don't fit.
Is this smart?
I think we left smart 6 weeks ago.
I was on my way to you.
Who do you think you are, man? Some fan?
No, I'm not a fan. I am now.
Yeah, and there's another cool thing in there too, that movie, that song that she was just singing there, and actually the soundtrack was pretty good. A couple of those songs were pretty catchy and stuff, but that On My Way to You movie, or song that she was singing there, there's something to that, like, about how it's written and stuff, that there is some feelings, do kind of tend to speak more than actions and stuff do, and like you end up finding out, or she tells you, like, who she wrote the song for, and it's not, obviously it's not who you think it was for or who the world thought it was for. Like, there's, like, emotions, like, do speak, they say actions speak louder than words, and sometimes our emotions our emotions are more of a factor there than we realize they are. But anyway, yeah, so that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and I will I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching Coffee, Music, and Jesus, and Have a great rest of your day.